was like just delirious, and I was like, I don't want to fall asleep in this deep sleep and pass out in this fucking Albertsons parking lot, and who knows what happened then. So I called Laurel, and I'm like, Laurel, I just got into town. I was like, what's going on? He was like, can I maybe come take a nap on your couch or something? Literally, I'm dying. And she's like, oh, well, yeah. So I'm having a gathering. It was going to be only witches, but I think there might be a wizard coming too. So it should probably be okay if you want to roll by. If do you want to come by? And I'm like, absolutely. So I got this
welcome to LA
20,000th win, and I go to Lord driving the trailer and all this shit, like go over to her house and right behind Leroy, and I go park. And I walk in, and there's this like harem of women that are all like high functioning professionals, okay? Mm-hmm. And like respectable people, like this one lady who's an NPR reporter, and like there are other people in music management. They're like, mm-hmm. They're not full on kooks, okay? Mm-hmm. And then there's this dude, and the dude like had like long flowing blonde hair and this like ruffly shirt, like fucking talismans and shit on, and like all this stuff. And like right when I walk in, this like all these women are like semicircled around him, and he's telling this story. And I walk in the door, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And the guy is talking about how he does like spiritual cleansings of spaces. Okay. And he had these clients. This is what he does for money. People pay him money to do this. And these clients of his had, they were remodeling their kitchen, and shit kept going wrong. And they're like, oh, like, things were happening. Like, there's a problem with the contractor and the permits and the city, and everything was going wrong, and they couldn't remodel their kitchen. Clearly, the issue is supernatural.
Obviously.
So they hire this guy to come, does a ceremony, burns some sage, and says a chant, does whatever he's fucking doing, and determines that there's like an Indian burial ground. It was like not even, it was like not even original. I was like, what, really? Like, you just went there.
It's like, and so let me ask you a question. Are you by a cemetery? No. Yeah. Oh my God. We are by a cemetery. LA is a fucking cemetery.
So he determines that there's a ghost in the house, and that the ghost is upset about the kitchen remodel.
Oh.
Because why wouldn't he be?
Obviously.
He's like, Formica countertops, fuck you.
Like, you're not gonna get granite, you cheap fuck.
Yeah. So the ghost is upset, and then they do a ceremony, and then they have this communion with the ghost to get permission to finish the remodel of the kitchen and all this other stuff. And he's going to this thing, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And all of these women that are there, they're all like, and then what? Yes. Wow. And Craig, man, like, from my entire upbringing, man, like, and from like South End of Louisville, like into punk, and like got into punk because it wasn't like a fuck you dad thing. It was just because like I couldn't actually play an instrument. I wasn't good at metal.
Right.
I wasn't like good at music. I was like in the punk, and then I'm like, you don't have money, and it's like you don't need money, and like these people, I hear these like Black Flag, and I hear this shit, and I was like, this is like a reflection of my life. This is like that's why I gravitate to this, because these are 100%. Ideas, and this is an existence that I'm already living.
It's tangible. You know what I mean? You can do that.
Yeah. So anyway, you're in this whole thing, and my whole life I was just like, I could never be rich. I just couldn't ever fathom how I could ever be rich until that one moment. And when I see this guy in Laurel's fucking kitchen with this like circle of like women, like successful people, and he's like selling them on this fucking Indian burial ground kitchen remodel, fucking sage burning ceremony. And at that moment, Craig, that was the first time in my life where I was like, I can be rich.
I can own this town.
This is the place it will happen.
Yeah, totally.
I have found my place in the world.
Welcome to the land of rich fucking suckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Crazy, man.
Not that my clients are rich suckers.
No, but you see that, dude. Yeah. I mean, LA is chock full of that shit. You know, you're like, I've been in so many conversations where I'm like, I kind of want to jump out the window, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you guys really had, like, this is what you guys talk about? Like, are you guys, where's the hidden cameras? Like, are you guys fucking with me? You know what I mean? Like, is this a real fucking conversation? We're talking about goat yoga and like, you know, like what is this? You know, like what the fuck is this? You know, I've done it so many times in that town, and you know that's why I keep my ass over here somewhat grounded. You know what I mean? Because I can't. My bullshit meter is like very thin, and I just don't have it. You know what I mean? But for you to be able to see that moment and capitalize and be like, this is possible. You know what I mean? That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's that punk rock shit.
The first time
you know what I mean? Like finding that fucking niche for yourself.